Well, guys, unfortunately, the Rag Rig 2.0 is no longer going to be my rag rig. I went out fishing today, and it ended up getting a little rough, and, I was just kind of slow trolling through 1 to 2 foot waves in the river, and get back to the boat ramp after fishing. And I knew that there was water in the boat, and it wasn't normal. Usually in the mornings I would get water in the boat, and it was usually just the dew from being outside in the night, and it would just fall down the boat and end up at my feet, and that was okay, not a big deal. But as I was fishing, I kind of noticed more and more water getting in the boat, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And I get the boat on the trailer, and I see the 2 or the 3 cracks in the bow, which I'm going to show you guys now. And after I saw that, I started making phone calls, and I have a couple buddies that are welders. Roy from DOA happened to be a welder, and he was like, oh, I can fix that, I can help you out, do that for you. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Roy, so much, I really appreciate it. Well, I get home from the ramp after talking to him, and I'm looking at it, and I look at the hole, and I see this. All right, so this is about 1.5 inch tear. This is about 4 inches. It goes from about here to here. And then there's another 1.5 2 inch tear over there. And then you go to the hull of the boat, and there is that giant dent on the hull. I don't see any other tears, but it's a pretty big gap there. That's what I see so far. So after I sent that video to Roy, he goes, all right, we can fix that. He goes, I just need you to take the motors off the boat and take the deck off, and to where we can get the boat upside down and beat that dent back out, and then from there he would be able to weld it. So I got the motors off by the time he got over here, and I was working on getting the deck off, because getting that C deck off was extremely difficult, which Amazon C deck is, pretty darn good, pretty adhesive at least. So as we're getting the deck off, he pokes his head in, and he goes, oh no. And I go, what does that mean? And he goes, it's worse than I thought. And I was like, well, how bad? He goes, I can't fix it. So at that point, I kind of had to take a step back, and, it was a shock to me, because, I was just thinking originally, it was just like, okay, I'll just grind down the front end and have somebody weld it a straight line, and then I'll be good to go. Paint over it. To now my boat is inoperable, and it sucks really bad, because it was a bigger boat, it was roomy, I had room to put as many rods on it as I wanted, all my tackle, anything I wanted. I could have put on the boat. I could have put a full cooler on this boat. And you know what? I really liked it a lot. And I put a ton of work into it to get it the way that it is. And unfortunately, after a month or two, it just gave in. And you know, Roy was telling me he's an old salt. You know, he's been around for a while and fished in John boats and longer than I ever have. And he basically said these, you know, square front, square bow John boats, they're not meant for saltwater. They're not meant for waves. They're not meant for rough conditions. They're meant for ponds and lakes and, you know, being able to just kind of putz around a lake and catch some fish, and you know, that's it. But basically what he was saying was, as soon as that first crack started in the bow that I noticed first, he said, you know, it was a weak point, and then hitting waves from there. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is all lifted up. I mean, that crack, I don't know how well you guys can see, but there's cracks all over the place. And you know, it sucks because like I said, I really like this boat. I put a ton of effort into it to make it nice. You know, I was planning on fishing out of this boat until, you know, I was able to afford a boat that, you know, some sort of fiberglass boat. I don't know. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to get another job. I don't know. I don't know what my future holds. It just happened. So, but I usually keep 2 videos in the chamber. God forbid something like this were to happen. So I'm going to post this one first, and then I have another one coming out in a few days. So I think you know, I don't know. I'm just going to try to figure it out, guys. I really have no idea what's going to happen. And but it sucks really bad. And the reason I fish out of a John boat is, you know, I try to keep it transparent. This is what I can afford. This is what living by myself and being able to fish, and this is it. This is what I got. So you know, I'm gonna have to figure something out. I'm gonna go scrap the boat because I'm not gonna be able to sell it. I can barely even sell the first rag rig, but I'm gonna try to you know, get a couple bucks out of the scrap and see what I can do on Marketplace, or you know, see what happens. I don't know. It does suck a lot, but yeah. But guys, thank you for watching. If you've gotten this far, you know, this is a tough day for me, a really tough day. You know, this is something that I love doing more than anything else, and you know, now I'm limited, or you know, it sucks. But thank you guys for watching. Keep subscribing. I'll see you guys next time. Let's get to fishing.